Tom Vanderbilt, Traffic, Why We Drive the Way We Do and What It Says About Us. Get ready to embark on an enlightening journey into the fascinating world of human behavior behind the wheel. In Traffic, Why We Drive the Way We Do and What It Says About Us by Tom Vanderbilt, we dive into the psychology, behavioral patterns, and quirks of drivers. Unveiling the reasons behind our emotional outbursts, aggressive behaviors, and the importance of social justice while on the road, this book summary will both surprise and resonate with you. Discover why congestion pricing may hold the key to easing traffic and explore how tricky road conditions can make us safer drivers. Let's get behind the wheel and learn what truly drives us on the road.
Road rage and the loss of human identity. The enclosed and separated spaces of automobiles prevent us from expressing ourselves properly, triggering frustration and aggression in response to small traffic incidents. This is due to a loss of our human identity as we become cyborgs in our metal boxes, leading to emotional outbursts and road rage. While modern technology can't stop human nature, understanding this phenomenon can help prevent harmful behavior on the road. The psychology of waiting. Waiting in line can be frustrating, especially when we feel unjustly treated. Studies show that multiple lines don't necessarily benefit anyone, but we still prefer one single line to make sure we'll be served in the right order. This mentality also applies to switching lanes in traffic, which can lead to peculiar behavior. However, constantly changing lanes only gives a minuscule advantage. Our faulty perception of time in traffic makes us believe that the other lane is always moving when we're not, and vice versa. In the end, both lanes move at a similar pace. Understanding the psychology of waiting can help us stay calm and patient in these situations. Feedback and driving. In this book extract, the author discusses the role of feedback in promoting desirable behavior in society and why it is difficult to implement in driving. They use the eBay platform as an example of how feedback can shape behavior but explain how attempts to provide feedback to drivers have not been successful due to reasons such as the inability to communicate with anonymous drivers on the road. The author also points out that self-feedback is not reliable due to the optimistic bias people have, which makes them think they are better than they are. The summary highlights the crucial need for feedback in driving and the challenges involved in implementing it. Dangers of highway hypnosis. Driving on an established route can lead to highway hypnosis, a trance-like state that causes drivers to be unaware of surroundings. Automatic driving can lead to distractibility and fatal crashes, as most accidents occur because of inattention. The solution is to increase mindfulness while driving and remain attentive to the road. The paradox of traffic demand. Have you ever experienced traffic on new roads or lanes? This phenomenon is called latent demand or induced travel. When drivers avoid congested roads and find alternatives, they are called latent demand. But when a new road or lane opens, induced travel occurs, and drivers who would not typically use that route appear. Congestion pricing is a practical solution that requires drivers to pay for driving in crowded areas, as opposed to main roads. This technique has been successfully implemented in London and Stockholm. The paradox of safe driving. Driving on dangerous roads can make driving safer, but why? When it comes to safe driving, it may seem counterintuitive, but sometimes less is more. Many of us assume that a comfortable and friendly environment is what we need to prevent accidents on the road. However, this is not always the case. In fact, driving along winding, narrow mountain paths might be a better idea than driving on smooth, wide highways. Although it may feel unsafe driving on mountain paths, the fact is that we tend to be more careful in situations that we perceive to be dangerous. On the other hand, we are more likely to become reckless on easily navigable and predictable roads. Studies have shown that when driving in unfamiliar environments, such as roundabouts, drivers are more cautious and drive more slowly, which leads to fewer accidents. Roundabouts cause drivers to be more attentive to their surroundings, preventing dangerous behaviors such as running red lights. Replacing intersections with roundabouts can reduce crashes, injuries, and fatalities significantly. Interestingly, the number of accidents in Sweden decreased the year after they started driving on the right side of the road, despite the initial assumption that the change would cause an increase in accidents as people adapted to the new system. The reduced rate of accidents did not last, however, as people became comfortable again the following year, and the number of accidents returned to normal. In essence, it seems that unfamiliar and dangerous routes force us to pay more attention to the road, making us better and safer drivers. So the next time you find yourself driving in a challenging environment, remember that driving with caution might just save your life.
In a traffic, Tom Vanderbilt skillfully decodes the inner workings of our driving behavior, demonstrating that human nature does not shine in the confinements of the automobile. We seamlessly transform into anonymous metal machines that reveal our deepest emotions, frustrations, and need for fairness. Through enlightening discussions on highway hypnosis and the concept of latent demand, Vanderbilt showcases both the individual's mind and society's role in driving. Distractions and false complacency threaten safety, while unexpected solutions such as narrow roads and roundabouts reduce accidents. By exploring these key takeaways, we can begin to approach driving with newfound awareness, self-reflection, and even respect for the actions that surround us.